All these little things driving me crazy. I just wanna be free. All these feelings got me seeing hazy. I can barely breathe. I'm the stubborn type, no you can't tame me. Baby, I'll just leave. There's no point in trying to chase me. Only one thing I need. Oh no, say it ain't so. I do what I want and I don't like no. Oh no, say it ain't so. Oh no, say it ain't so. I don't see the point in not letting go. Oh no, if there's one thing you should know, say it ain't so. I don't live my life for anyone, I just live it for me. Why does everyone have a problem with what I'm choosing? Oh no, say it ain't so. I do what I want and I don't like no. Oh no, say it ain't so. Oh no, say it ain't so. I don't see the point in not letting go. Oh no, if there's one thing you should know, say it ain't so. I live life for me. I just want to be free. I live life for me. I just want to be free. Oh no, say it ain't so. I do what I want and I don't like no. Oh no, say it ain't so. Oh no, say it ain't so. I don't see the point in not letting go. Oh no, if there's one thing you should know, say it ain't so.
Want a curved screen, high refresh rate gaming, and don't want to compromise? Well, the ASRock Phantom Gaming 27-inch 240Hz curved monitor is here to deliver. In the box, we've got our power cable, HDMI and DisplayPort cables, and a rugged stand. And finally, the ASRock Phantom Gaming monitor with an impressive 27-inch curved 1500R VA display. This makes for quite the immersive experience, especially in competitive games like Valorant, which demand higher refresh rates. Diving into the specs, this monitor goes up to 1080p, sports a blazing fast 240Hz refresh rate for silky smooth gameplay, and HDR10 support for vibrant lifelike colors. It covers 90% of the DCI-P3 and 113% of the sRGB color spaces, making those visuals pop at a max brightness of 300 nits. This is great for picking out enemies in low visibility situations. It's got a rapid 1 millisecond response time with MPRT mode to keep motion blur in check for perfect aim, and dual 2-watt speakers built right in just in case you don't have your headphones on you. For connectivity, this monitor is equipped with two HDMI 2.0 ports, one DisplayPort 1.2, and a headphone jack. The stand is solid with swivel and tilt adjustments, but there is no height adjustment. However, it does support VESA mounting if you want to customize your setup. The monitor also sports ASRock's low blue light technology, so those long rank up sessions are a little easier on your eyes. Additionally, FreeSync Premium is also present on this monitor, preventing screen tearing at unstable frame rates. Overall, this monitor does exactly what it says on the box. Super fast, high refresh rate gaming for titles like Valorant to give you the competitive edge you need. Today we've got something special for AMD users. The ASRock B650 Live Mixer motherboard. Packed with features and support for AM5 processors, this motherboard is a statement both visually and specs-wise. As an AM5 board, the ASRock B650 Live Mixer supports both AMD Ryzen 8000 and 7000 series processors and will continue to support all AMD CPUs until 2026. Whether you're upgrading or building a new rig, this motherboard has you covered. Power delivery is robust with a 14+2+1 phase power design, ensuring stable and efficient power distribution. For memory, it sports 4 DDR5 DIMM slots with support for 6400+ MHz speeds when overclocked. Expandability is key in any build, and the B650 Live Mixer shines with 3 PCIe 4.0x16 slots and an M.2 key E slot for Wi-Fi modules. Rear I/O is great with an HDMI and DisplayPort connector, 14 USB ports, out of which you get one 3.2 Gen 2 Type A port and a 3.2 Gen 2x2 Type C port. Those with blazing fast internet will be happy to see a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port at the back. For audiophiles, it features 7.1 channel HD audio with the Realtek ALC897 audio codec and Nahimic audio enhancement. Whether gaming or watching movies, you can expect immersive audio quality. Storage solutions are top-notch with one blazing fast PCIe Gen 5x4 M.2 slot and two PCIe Gen 4x4 M.2 slots. Additionally, it also has two SATA 3 connectors for additional hard drives or SSDs. All in all, the ASRock B650 Live Mixer motherboard is loaded with features that make it a formidable foundation for any high-end PC. Whether you're a gamer, a content creator, or just looking for a powerful system, this motherboard checks all the boxes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AMD Presents Flipkart Back to College Cup Season 1, powered by ASRock, Acer, WD Black, and Portronics. I'm your host, Azura, and alongside me is going to be Baba Gasta. Baba Gasta, it has been a long time, man. How are you doing, and how are you feeling sitting in this desk?
Yeah, Azura once again, thank you. It's been a long time since I've come back to the caster's desk, especially towards Valorant. And yeah, I'm really excited to see the newer young talents that we're going to see, especially in this region.
True that. There's a lot of young guns out here, and yesterday you could have seen, the second game itself went like amazing. But what are they all fighting for? Let's just take a look ahead for the prize pool as well. It's a good amount, it's a hefty amount, 1 lakh rupees INR. That's the prize pool of it, and the split is great. 1 lakh for the champions and 60,000 for the second place. Third place, 40,000. Baba Gasta, what is your reviews on this?
Especially in a tournament season like this, having a 1 lakh INR in the first place really gives a lot more incentive towards the young guns out there who are currently practicing, competing for Valorant. It's going to be a big competition, and when you look at a prize pool like this, you're going to expect a lot of unexpected plays that could happen, or maybe we could see some textbook plays coming in from some of the teams.
For sure. But let's just look at the format as well. What are we dealing with over here? Who and all are going to come today to showcase their talents? But before that, the tournament, the way everything is just proceeding further. 15 to 21st May, that's what we are focusing more on. Double eliminations. Yesterday we did see one coming in, and it was great. The way the things were folding in, and it was just going ahead. Today, it's another day, another chapter. And yes, today's 16th, so counts in the double elimination itself. and all the way towards grand finale, which will be on 22nd May. I'm super excited, super pumped to see what will happen at the end.
Yeah. I mean, since the Open qualifiers have come to an end, we have our double limbs currently going on right now. So take a look at the schedule for today. We have our two matches. First up will be Resonance versus Ace, and the second matchup will be Sovereign, who's going to go up against Team Airavata. So we have some similar names. We have some, new names coming in towards the Valorant scene. So once again, it all comes down to the way how they play, right? It's the amount of how much practice that they've made as a team and how they can coordinate well, especially with the new changes that is happening in the world of Valorant.
True that, true that. All of those metas, how things work. And right in front of you, the two teams who are going to go up against each other for the first BO3. I'm super excited, super pumped to know even what kind of meta they're going to bring in, which maps are going to be there, and even the picks. I mean, those are going to be the game changers, right? One of their own, one of the other teams, and at the end, the decider. You're going to see who's going to be bringing up that part. Oh, okay. The pick comes in first here. It's definitely going to be Ascent first, and second is Split, and third one is Bind. I mean, good maps altogether. I like it. I like the tone of it. And I believe they will have no problem in dealing with such situations of upcoming maps.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Ascent, once again, it is the most played maps in the history of Valorant, especially in the South Asia scene. Every time you see an Ascent map, you always expect to see a mirror matchup between a check main, mirror matchup between the Sentinels. KJ is very powerful on the B side. It's a must-have to bring in Sova, but you can have some minor changes to it. For initiators, you can go up. You can have KO into the mix. Have suppressions. Suppressions are very powerful, especially heading towards the side. So you won't get to see a lot of unexpected changes being made into the map. The only changes would be the way how the play styles are made and who's going to get the initial pick.
True that, true that. Like you mentioned, bringing in KO will be a good, pick for the agent itself. The selection itself accounts a lot whenever it comes to making that perfect composition. But yeah, KJ, if you talk about that agent, she is overpowered, man. Like the way she can literally hold down the entire fort, entire site onto her own skills of getting all of those utility dumps. I mean, it's good altogether. But the only break is whether you can easily get inside with the chaos suppression, and then if you get that once, if it is done, it's all yours, and you could enter towards the side and go make the post-ban scenario. But yeah, for now, let's just go ahead and see. The selection has already been made. I mean, good picks coming from both the corners. We couldn't get a good glimpse of the entire thing, but still, it's like a good pick for both the corners. And let's see how they can get all of this thing mixed up. Because Clove is a really good addition. I mean, the way she can literally demolish your entire shield, and she can literally make you one hit, one shot. So I believe if they have a combination of Ray's, nade and as well as her ability, then it's definitely going to be a deadly duo.
Yeah, when it comes to the power of agility, it will be of a difficult situation for the opponents to deal with, especially when having an agents like Raze who can just use a satchel charge and quickly get into positions where it's tough for the defenders to hold themselves. It will be a difficult one. Let's see what's going to happen here on Map Ascent. Map's been opened up. First round, as usual, the pistol rounds itself for both the controllers and the Sentinel from the side of RES. We're going to see a classic followed up with light armors, which means they'll be having a lot of utilities from their end. Let's see how well it's going to work out in the first round of the pistol round.
True that. I mean, currently every single one of them is just relying on to one thing, which is getting in the ghost and just getting in for that action. Good amount of frags coming in. Already one entry has been taken. But still, the positioning is one thing which both teams are figuring it out. Catwalk is one place where every action is getting unfolded. Shots after shots, it's a 3v3. But it seems like Team Ace is having some kind of a hiccup here. One agent being way too low. All he needs to do is get another frag and then heal himself up. And that's what is happening. Ronin goes in for another frag, but there comes a shot. It needs to be on point. Finally, Sova to the rescue, but he's only mere with 10 HP. I don't think so. This is even possible. Lionel. Is it a death wish he's already signing up for? It's a good angle being held. Right in hell. One shot. The second one can be on target. There's a second one as well. Oh my god. For a time being, I thought this won't happen. I mean, 10 HP clutch, okay. It just seems impossible.
Is nice now and then.
But good amount of
Thank you.
positioning, and that's how the execution is made.
And an impossible clutch turned into a dream. As we get to see Resonance Esports make an impressive comeback, especially from Lionel. My God, what a way to start things off in the first round with Team Ace. Definitely not expecting a clutch like that. You know, you even saw the info drone being given all the way towards the main side, forcing the side of Team Ace to fall back and make their presence known in towards Catwalk. It was an opening, but that 1v2 clutch definitely did give them the opening they need. Now, we get to see Team Ace focusing all their way towards the Ace side with not a good weapons to deal with. Help already opening up with 2 of his kills with the Spectre. It's going to be a tough one for Team Ace to come back. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
Cover going out.
Definitely, it's going to be a tough one. They've already captured the entire side, but here's the thing. There's no plant, there's nothing. They're just waiting for the entire opportunity. Evil doing his work here. Getting the information his team desperately needs. All of those sheriff shots just being missed at this point. Oh, this can be deadly. This could have been deadly. Jack could have literally raged at that point. Because of his own teammate, but the backstab coming in at the right time, at the right place, and there you go. The execution comes in. Lucia, good way to just finish things up. And again, the second round moves into the favor of Rez. I mean, this is the power of having those weapons, right? If you have those utilities, if you have the bonus round onto your name, that's how you can convert rounds. But right now, Ace has the buying round. They've bought in some half shields here and there. 3 players going in for the half shields and vandals. So it's gonna be a very, significant round for them. And they have to make the best out of it.
Yeah, the most crucial pick will, it has to be from Ronan. Having the judge in hand, which means that he's prepped and ready for his subtle charge combo. Information will be given from the Prowler once again. Oh boy, not a good way for the race to, lose a gunfight like that. He was out in the open, just trying to toss out his utility, but unfortunately it doesn't work out. Look at Resonance just casually taking out players one by one, and Lionel once again with the Sheriff. 2 shots to the head and confirms a 3-0 round lead on map percent.
Wow, things are just falling apart for Ace. They just don't know what to do at this point. I mean, the previous round was their round. They could have easily gotten it. Because here's the thing, Rez was just playing. They were just playing with the bonus weapons which they had gotten in the second round, and they were just going ahead, trying their luck out, and it worked out. Ace have literally faltered down to every single one of them, just using sheriffs. And okay, there was a stinger at one point which I just saw, which was being invested, but all right, that has also been removed. It's only going to be sheriffs being utilized for this particular round. Information being seeked. Many of them just know Hellboy already is aware that the players are already there towards A main. The angles need to be checked up real quick. Marcia, good shot there, coming in with the sheriff. And this is the bank maker, If you just get more shots like these, your bank is easily made.
The sheriff shots are looking good, and Ace just using it to its full potential. Lucia once again, an important pick. And Vortex makes sure to get 2 of the important picks, opening up the entire site on A, giving them a fighting chance in a 2v3 situation.
Backstab. Look at the KJ and the Goddess of Rez. Just trying to get towards the site. Knows that the plant is there towards site A, but here you go. That information is going to be very vital. Shots coming in. It's just a constant swing and action. And the turret just trying to just make things worse and worse. But there you go. The Sheriff Sauce is still not. It's just hitting. It's just buzzing at this point. And the first round coming in for the corners of Ace. Even all this time I was thinking it's just going to be that perfect buy round which Ace is going to win. But no, it's the Sheriff round.
Yeah. A well-earned, thrifty round as Team Ace will bring back They desperately needed this win. That way it was almost close. Lionel was about to go in for yet another 1v2 clutch situation. And Lucia smoke, it definitely provides a lot of panic towards the opposition side, because you never really know exactly where your opponent's location is. One-way smoke definitely not working out for Hellboy as he gets picked out. Run it back from the Phoenix, but Lucia is just on point. Such a smart play. Not letting the Phoenix give any information at all. Didn't even check the corners, and now Lionel is just going aggressive. Denies the spike. Resonance is just on point with their info game.
Well, the resistance coming in from their end, they know that it's always the A side being under siege. They're just prepared for it. They're doing it so well, and at this point, Marcia, even though he was getting those picks earlier on, they are forced to move away from there. But the spike, that's one thing which they need to pick. And I believe that the KJ is planning on towards the catwalk itself. And slowly but steadily, Vortex, he is making his route all the way towards tree. And the turret has given the information that the player is there towards A main. He's constantly just jiggling around to get that pick. There you go, Vortex, just making it a perfect mark here. It's the 1v2, two angles being covered, and Marcia just bringing in the heat. And some additional money as well.
Yeah. A double peak, it's a tough one for a 1v2 situation to, even secure it. Because if one goes, if one goes out, a trade will be imminent. I've got to admit, man, that play from Clove, like Markai had the run it back. He was pushing all the way towards the side, and the Cosmic Divide just giving ample amount of cover for the Clove to just wait for the rest of the players to come in, securing those 2 kills. It was really well played from Lucia, but unfortunately it's not going to help out that much though. Good tag, forcing Mercy on 45 HP, is still alive somehow, and their presence will be known all the way from mid to B.
He needs those heals. He needs it. He's making all kind of things there, making the wall, going ahead, throwing the hot hands right at his feet. And Marcia, he is so good in getting those frags. Right now, the only person who is playing towards Boathouse is going to be taken away as well. There's a lockdown available, but I don't think so. It's going to be invested in this particular round because it's a 1v4. And in 1v4, you have to be very prepared to take out a weapon and just run away. At this point, Bulldog to Phantom, it's a good upgrade, but yeah. Kel'Thuzar, he wanted to go ahead and get those frags as well in his pocket, but unfortunately he couldn't.
In a 1v4 situation where all hopes are lost and you're already, trying to go, come all the way back to the side, it is very difficult to secure it. Unless and until if you're already in the side in a 1v4 situation and you have that surprise element, there would have been a chance. But for Kel'Thuzar, it pretty much was an unwinnable situation. What most he could have done is to try to get a kill or two, try to minimize the damage done. In the end, from a 3-0 Auzora, now it's a 3-3. The score's been equalized as we get to witness Ace coming back with their impressive, comebacks here.
True that. That's the game of Valorant, right? Every single time, you never know what will happen. Things might turn, things might swap, whatever. Here, I just can see that piece of a weapon being utilized, and Sir Ronan, all right, in the midst of taking out Kel'Thuzar, he has taken himself out as well. But a good trade coming in. Still not a beneficial one. Now it all comes down to the benefit. It's a 3v3, but still Lionel is holding the side down. He knows that the players are going to aggress towards the side, and it's all of a sudden turned down to a 1v2. There's an AWP in the midst of all of this, but will it be utilized in that efficient manner, or is it going to be a Vandal being utilized? Yes, it is a Vandal being picked up by Zephyr, but he didn't have anything. He just had the health. He didn't take any shield because he was busy investing in those operators. So 4,700 went down, and I guess it's a big economical dent here.
Yeah, a major mishap for Team Resonance. as they're facing a lot of resistance being made towards Team Ace. Now they've got to figure out a way to, handle this aggressive plays, especially from the Phoenix. Run it back is definitely causing them a lot of, problems, especially once they make their presence known. Phoenix is, it's the agent is always known for its aggressive plays, right? Especially with his flashes. So the peaks and Markai, he just does it best. Takes out the important duelist. Zephyr has been quiet in this entire defensive round, and it is a problem for Team Resonance because the Jet is always very important to hold out the mid side, and not having the AWP in hand, it made it even much more difficult for the side of defense to even make a presence known.
True that. I mean, that's one thing which is hindering the entire team to perform at its best, Just imagine your team Jet is not able to get those frags. I mean, the morale is already down right there. That's one thing which is being a big hindrance, and right now it's just that side control which has already been taken. They can just go ahead and invest onto the lockdown, and I believe they need to do it if they desperately want this round in their corner. But the weapons, it's just one thing which is not there in the pocket. Finally, it has been invested, and there you go. The advantage is also there.
For a moment, I just witnessed Hellboy make a collateral headshot from a sheriff. Man, that is like you always get to see unexpected plays like this.
Definitely.
Yeah, in the end, but in the end, it will be Ace who's going to get the round. It's 5-3, but don't count out Resonance just yet. When you see them making plays like that, I mean, collateral kill with the sheriff and the trigger discipline from Lucia, you could see there's a little bit of hint of chance that Resonance can come back. It's just that the current economy that they're in right now is a bit difficult. But now they have the AWP in hand, and Zephy, he needs to secure this early pick, because if he doesn't, and if the entire mid control is still in the hands of Ace, then we have a problem for Resonance.
True that. Again, investing on the operator here. Trying to get that first pick. And if it is gonna be, the Mr. Hot Hand Specialist, then it's gonna be something much big, because he still has it running back, and he's having it over and over multiple times. Phoenix being the man. That's one thing which has been like a big changing factor for the corners of Ace. They're getting rounds because of this. The aggressive plays of Marcia, it's just working so well. There you go. It's been committed once again, and again the site is under siege. Everything just fading away. And right now Sir Ronin, he's trying to make a difference, getting the first pick, and there was a trade being initiated, but the post-spawn scenario, it is already being created.
Yeah. This time I could say that Resonance can have a chance to bring it back. Zephy's still alive. He has the Vandal in hand. 9 HP remains. Beautiful shot. Second, the Phantom does its job. The third sweeps away to safety. Not just like he's the need from the Matrix. He still gets the kill. It will be Lucia who gets the final pick. 4-5. And we will witness Team Resonance come back with a bang.
That is just one of those moments where they have gotten the comeback and the confidence as well. And the way the Jet had played in the previous round, I mean, hats off. Just 9 HP. Zephy just going ahead, getting 2 frags right off the bat. Those flicks was insane. And at the end, the dash back, just to make things better. But ultimately, Phoenix, he was on his feet, on his toes. Not those frag, but the counter trade just made things easier for the corners of Team Res. Finally, things are shaping up to be better. I mean, they do have half shields, but they have good weaponry compared to the previous round.
Shadows traveling.
Yeah. AWP is still present though, so
Yeah.
you know for the fact that Ace will not make an attempt to push in towards mid. So a full-on aggressive push towards the Ace side with both the heavy hitters already in the site. Markai picking up the opening pick. And the second, Hellboy, unfortunately gets caught up in a very wrong situation. The control is still present. You need to take out the you still need to take out, the Killjoy's lockdown. Apologies. I kind of get fumbled out a bit,
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Ace, if we take a look at this entire match itself, you did get to see that once the lockdown was opened up, they aggressed their way in towards the cat side. They had to remove the lockdown, because if they don't, then all of the players will be detained, and they had no other choice but to show that presence known in towards the cat side. But instead of removing out the lockdown, they just ended up removing out the rest of the players on the side of Team Resonance.
True that, true that. Right now, Ace is just planning one thing very simple. They want to head towards side A, and this time it's going to be that silent treatment being given in, not making any noise towards A main or any other corner. Just waiting it out, just seeing if there's going to be an aggressive play coming in from the corners of Res. And the moment they do it, it's all going to be done. Still, this is a nice way, a good move.
Bring
A
them
deadly
down.
maneuver coming in from the corners of Ace. Did give the hint that they are present towards A main. Information has been retrieved here. And Lucia just trying to work around things with just a ghost in his hand. It's a stack. Slowly, steadily, every single one of them just converging towards the side. And right now, I believe that Ace needs to run away from here and go towards side B. Because there's only one person holding it. And that's the Sova. Which is not even good. Because all this time we have seen KJ do the due diligence of holding the entire side down. Now, taking the way all the way towards the generator, getting the first frag here. Marcia just making things worse and worse. The second frag is gonna come in. Hellboy chimes in, but it's not gonna be there for long. Marcia gets a third. He can go for the ace, but unfortunately, there's one player already been taken out by one of his teammates. Leonin being the last man standing. Location known and even. Look at him through the wall. What a shot!
Last round before the switch.
Resonance, definitely they're giving respect towards Ace's performance here.
One enemy remaining.
You know it's an eco round. You know that they might make an aggressive attempt, knowing that they have a broken buy. So patiently waiting, see whether if they would make an aggressive attempt, wait for a certain few seconds, and once mid round comes into play, then they started making their presence known, gaining information towards the side. It's just pure textbook plays coming in from Ace,
Placing swarm grenade.
playing it patiently, playing it safe. They don't want to make any risks,
Swarm grenade out.
and eventually they will put themselves on a really good lead, 4-7.
Here.
As we reach the end of the first half, it will be a full buy being made from Team Resonance, and Kel'Thuzad will get himself an opening pick, an important pick, as the
Placing
Phoenix
swarm
will be taken out.
Swarm
He's
grenade
been
out.
taken out. Okay, definitely a big dent onto Ace's arsenal. And there you go. The perfect angle being created by Neonil. And that's pretty much it. The hunter has spoken. He has gotten the first frag here.
Recalling my
And it's
bot.
all down to these two players.
Right there.
Oh, that was a wise shot. But still, it hasn't landed on target. So 4v2 at this point.
Where
Still,
are
they're trying to aggress forward. Evil trying to make that perfect play, but there's already a player towards the mid. Ooh, Kel'Thuzad could have easily gone for that frag,
30
but
seconds left.
some fumbles here and there
Mark one.
does make the play a bit wonky, but it's all right. The angle's being cleared.
Player
Ma-
standing.
The way being made all the way towards side A. This is a chase.
Swarm grenade bot coming. Recalling my bot.
Switching sides.
An entire chase coming to an end. Will be 5-7. Roll swap will be made. It'll be Team Resonance who will go for the attack. Now I gotta say, having a double controller setup is actually really powerful, especially on defense. You could, waste a good amount of time. But when you have a double duelist, which is very powerful on executing the side, it is very difficult for the defenders to control that aggression. So now the role swap is made. Now we just gotta wait and watch, see who will have the upper hand first. Would it be Resonance or would it be Ace? The double controller setup definitely helps in blocking off important lines of sight. You get to make a lot of one-way smokes that could help the attackers move their way towards the side as close as possible.
Moreover, the thing is that you have the versatility. You have the versatility to go ahead and smoke wherever you want to. Double smokers game, double controllers game always makes things very easy, but not for Hellboy. Hellboy was
Spike
literally
down
blinded,
A.
but his teammate easily rescued him from such a bad, position. Sir Ronan just holding down the line of sight, holding the fort down for side A, along with his teammate. And things are like very, neutral at this point. Zephyr just trying to go ahead, see which angle is going to be contested first, and there you go, Vortex getting the perfect frag, and the entry towards side B is completely denied. Still two players are alive and trying to make the way
Spike
through,
down
but
B.
against a classic, Ghost has lost? No way, man. Ghost has a really good accuracy in far range compared to a classic, but the angle, the accuracy is good for the corners of Ace, and they're getting it. They're getting it good. Got the pistol. In the previous one, they did lose a pistol round, but this time they have made sure that it is won by them, and they're going to maintain that lead.
Yeah.
Out of charges.
Vortex guard is just on point with his classic. 2 kills back to back with the weapon, which is very difficult to win, especially on the early rounds. You know, sure, you have the light armors, you can tank a headshot with the ghost, but securing it is a different manner. And gotta say, Ace is currently doing a good job at it. Lead is still theirs. They have good economy. It's 8-5, and the pressure is on for Team Resonance. They still got to be worried about the aggressive plays that could happen from the Phoenix and the Rays, but apparently they're just playing it safe. They don't want to, do an aggressive play just like they did in the previous round. They can read it properly. Resonance can read the aggressive plays, so they're playing it safe. Once again, Resonance.
Ooh.
Beautiful shot from Kel'Thuzad as the Sheriff will find his mark. The opening pick, which is also important because that's the Sentinel down for the count.
Definitely. Sentinel going down. A big dent. But there you go, the angles being held. Gate kept. Dr. Evil, he's just up there doing all of his devilish kind of things. And right now it's just Kel'Thuzad, the person who had started things up, couldn't end things on a good note.
Gun here.
It was a good opening pick, though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
Yeah, even
once-
I'm not going
once
to
the
deny
Sent-
that.
yeah, with the Sentinel down for the count, it makes the entire site weak for them to even enter towards the site. But you also need to know that you have a double duelist, Markai and Sir Ronin, who will have a very quick repositioning, especially from the utilities, right? I mean, you have the flashes, you even have the satchel charges, which can help you reach to a certain positions as quick as possible. And yeah, even though Team Resonance are having a bit of a major problems from their end, I hope that this sort of timeout can help them assess the situation, see what mistakes that they're making, and hopefully they could come back a bit much more stronger in the future rounds. 20 kills to Masai, 14 kills to Dr. Evil. His pulls and the info that he's been gaining from the haunt is just on point. It's just giving them enough amount of information to convert those information into kills. And for Resonance, there is a certain thing that's holding them back. And if they find it and try to fix it, then hopefully we could see a huge match coming in, especially in the first map itself.
True that, true that. But like you mentioned, things need to be assessed at this point. I mean, the changes need to come in because it's not working currently for the team called Team Res. They need to literally fix things up. And at this point, they have the perfect buy. They have brought in all of those weapons, favorite weapons of theirs, Vandals, Phantoms, and Half Shield. Or I could see only in one of the players, and the others literally went it for that full shield, which gives them a good, chance to fight up against the team Ace. Because their weaponry, they're just playing on bonus currently. I could see two players having the Spectre, which means close range, it's going to be very devious, but long range, it's not that great of a weapon. You have to hit those shots accurately. And that's where the Phantom and Vandal comes in the picture. So I believe they have a good chance to win this round. And hopefully they choose their spot right. All this time, I could see one thing, which is from the corners of Team Ace, they have not made a single flaw. I mean, there's no loophole in this entire action of defense. And if that loophole is cracked, which is going to be the enemy KJ, then I believe it's going to be easy for them to assess the site, because the turret is holding down B main, and there's even alarm bot towards mid. So that just makes things worse for the attackers to literally move in towards benches or bicycle or make their way towards mid. So that's one thing which is troublesome. So if they shut down the enemy KJ, then it's all going to be easy for them. And yeah, the aim needs to be on point.
I mean, you definitely get to see that from Ace's perspective, especially the KJ on the Classic. You even see a lot of kills being made from the Spectre. And also, the main problem has to be the double duelist, right? I mean, if you take a look at the scoreboard right now, Team Ace are currently facing a bit of a problem in towards economy. I mean, it's not a problem. I apologize for that.
Not
It's not a
exactly a
problem.
problem.
It's a bonus round. I just forgot. I mean, they just secured 2 defense round back to back. So
True.
no, they're not facing any problems. It's a bonus round. But securing the bonus round will give them even much more bonus. But what a reply from Zephy. As soon as he saw the flash, all he had to do was just pre-fire and just get an important securing of that kill. Lucia brings it back. That's the recovery that they need. It's a bonus round after all. All they need is weapon power. And Resonance definitely shows it in this round.
Oh, true that, true that. And Lucia just trying to be the sneaky one out here, holding the angle towards the ramps. I believe he has some kind of a play in his mind, and evil. He knows some kind of foul plays have been made, but there you go. He wanted to bring that person right under his control, right under his toenail, but nope, didn't work out. And Lucia, oh
My
boy.
God.
Thanks God.
Vortex.
Alright. Both the KJs are really good with their sheriffs. I definitely can vouch in for that. Last time around, I could see the way Kel'Thuzad literally went ahead and one-tapped the enemy KJ, and this time, the way the things are just chiming in, I mean, it's nice. And Ace finally have the money to go ahead and bring those weapons, the power-packed weapons for this particular round. So let's see how Team Resonance is going to be resonating around in this particular round.
Yeah. And once again, remember at the starting of the stream, I just said that on a map like Ascent, you would have a mirror matchup. If you take a look at Ace's team composition, it's exactly quite the opposite. They're just playing it for counters.
Why the aggression?
And that counters is working out well on defense. I mean, they have to be aggressive because they have double duelists, right? They want to get an opening pick, see if that pick is favorable, and the main goal was to try to take out KJ, in which they did not succeed. Kel'Thuzad is still alive at the cost of 2 players being low on HP. This calls for desperate measures for Team Resurrect to for Team Resonate to try to come back. And what a response that they're giving in this round.
True that. Good response coming in indeed. Only 2 players remaining, both of them way too low on HP. I mean, I definitely know that Phoenix can heal himself, but still, I don't think so that's going to come into the picture. Because no shields is going to be a big hindrance. Evil trying to make his way towards. He needs to check. He needs to check towards the trees. But there comes a Team Ace. That's pretty much it. The story where Ace was literally having those win streaks back to back when they were in defense. It's all over. It's all done for. Team Resonance has sung for, and they have the weapons as well. Look at them just making the enemy team's economy or that bank go into tatters. And now it just feels like it's the sheriff time for Team Ace.
Right here. Time
Oh,
for
a really good pick though from Zephy, bringing in the outlaw. It has the power to one-shot players who even have the light armor, so it's a very good pick. They know it's a sheriff buy. They know it's a half buy round, so they could have a chance to secure a kill or 2 from this. They need to arrive at certain lines of sight. Not quite sure by going aggressive like that would get away with a kill like this, but Vortex God had no idea on information regarding those players. Kel'Thuzad, on the other hand, doing what he does best, 2 kills back to back, followed up with Dr. Evil. Sheriff kill, immediate shutdown from Lionel. And just as I expected, the result will be the same. It will be Team Resonance. We come back with an 8-9 score line.
Comparatively good plays coming in from the corners of Resonance. They know the tactics now. The aggression is coming from Team Ace, and they're properly giving that a perfect reply as well. Which I believe Team Ace can easily tweak things around, and I believe they need to as well. Not go that much aggressive, because here's the thing, even though they're duelists, I do agree that they have to go aggressive, but here's the thing, they can just hold off angles and just wait for the opponents to come towards them, because here's the thing, they are defending. All right, they're defending at this point, so there's no means for them to go aggressive and just go ahead and be shot dead or any of that scenario which gives a negative outcome. So yeah, that's one place where Zephy is trying to do things, being an attacker, going in forward, getting the owl drone as well, the perfect backup, checking all the corners, but the dash at the wrong spot, just to bamboozle the opponents. Or might be a fumble as well.
You should run.
Good plays coming in from their end. Hold hole is what the saying is. The angle's being checked. Dr. Evil again in the same spot. He's trying to be the devious one. But this time it's not going to work.
One enemy
The
remaining.
attackers, KJ, the lockdown, it's working out. It's doing wonders. It has kept the enemies at bay. And currently it just seems like it's Marcia's game. What do you want to do? You've already gotten one frag, Marcia. Do you want to go in for the ace? I definitely would want to see him ace. He can use a run it back, because all you need is around 6 frags to get it back again. So let's see. It's going to be a save option coming in from the corners of Team Ace. And Marcia just trying to get a sneaky one out here. If he reaches towards the attacker's spot, he's going to be all safe. But currently he just wants to be away from the action. He's towards the wine cellar and he's just waiting it out there. And finally the manhunt, whether it's going to be on or not, it seems like it's on. They're checking every single corner, but he's just safe out there, just playing his own game. But yeah, moving on. This round was kind of like a twister, but I believe that Team Ace could have easily gotten the round, but eventually things did not fall into the right patch. Mid was under siege, and they easily could penetrate the defense through. And Team Resistance, they're doing a really good job in that. I'm sorry, Resonance. They're doing a good job in that.
Yeah, they've made a way to bring it back, securing a 99 scoreline. And once again, it's always about the way you counter in the mid rounds, right? Just by looking at the composition
For sure.
itself, it's a double duelist versus a double controller. So if you see a double duelist, you always expect to see an aggressive plays. So every time when an aggressive plays is made from Team Ace, Resonance always counters it. They counter it by staying it still. They know that they will push in at any time soon. They'll have some utilities. Zephyr's counter is just plain out simple. You see a flash, you just proceed with the pre-fires, and you know that at that exact moment, the Phoenix would just push in at the right moment. So they're just really doing a great job at countering them. But now, since the timeout has come to an end, and I believe both of them will have a reset of their own, you just need to wait and watch and see what their next strategy will be.
Strategies need to be very plain and simple. If things are just falling out, then just have some good amount of backup plans. Currently, it just seems like same things have been repeated, rinse, repeat, the same spot being flashed, and Markai just going ahead and just peeking it up, trying to get that information. But there are like 2 players already stacked up right on top of the half wall and just waiting for one move, one wrong move from the corners of Team Ace. And if it is Markai, then it's all well and good. The angle's being spotted, and look at Zephy, the sneaky one out there, gets a first frag, and he's already made things worse for the corners of Team Ace.
Yeah, taking out the controller definitely brings in a lot of choices for Team Resonance to make their presence known. Which will be made, Vortex guard, and attempt for headshot with the Sheriff, Kel'Thuzad. It still gets the kill though nonetheless. Good usage of from the shadows from Hellboy to be able to make his presence known towards the side. Control is there, so is the post plant, and Team Ace are back in a 2v4 situation.
Yeah. Situations. All of these cannot be handled that quick, that easy. 2v4. So Ronan trying to just go ahead, get a frag at least. But I don't think so it's gonna be the case. But Hellboy, oh my god. He missed, he whipped, and he's gonna pay up the price for it.
Ten to 9. But we thought in the second half, Resonance had a great fall in the first half, but they eventually did bring it back in the second half, putting themselves back up in the lead, 10 to 9. Ace is definitely having some situations of their own. Let's not forget they also use that timeout to get themselves some reset, try to change some strategies. Hopefully that they could get a round win or so, but eventually that ended up being quite the opposite. Okay, great shot though from Lucy all the way from mid top. Gets the first pick. Markai has been eliminated. There goes your duelist, but you still have 4 more to go. Still got to worry about the satchel charge combo followed up with Showstopper, and Ronin might be able to get a pick. Immediately gets shut down from Hellboy. The peak was good. Unfortunately, it was a dry peak. There was no flashes to provide support. Once again, with that trade being made, Resonance are looking very confident to secure this round.
They're definitely looking confident. The attack is going really good. The defense, anyways, which was not going ahead. But in the second half, moving in the first 2 rounds, they were just trying to get the grasp of the entire situation, and finally they've gotten it. And currently, it just seems like Team Resonance, they're just going ahead, going for the plant. Post-plant scenario coming in real soon. And Lionel going ahead, making things worse for the corners of Team Ace. There are like 2 ultimates available at this point from the corners of Team Ace, but the unfortunate thing is that they cannot utilize it. It's a team-based utility, and I don't think so I can see any other teammate left other than these 2 players. So that's one tough thing to watch, one tough thing to look at. And Team Ace, even though they were doing really good, they all the way reached towards 9-digit. They couldn't hit the double-digit. But on the other hand, Team Resonance, they have already hit it and they're confident as ever.
Only they're just going in for the save though, Azora. So it's been a tough one.
Yeah, definitely.
Great help from Vortex God. Make sure to save Dr. Evil, whose location was given away. 11-9. Resonance are 2 rounds away to secure map number 1 Ascent. Boy oh boy, is Team Ace have to do something about it.
For sure, has to. This team has to do something about it. They were doing so good, so well. I mean, everything was going very well, planned, strategized, but ultimately, they're literally losing the grasp of this entire situation. And that's one thing which I believe like it is just breaking their backs. Lionel just getting the information with his owl drone, checking all the corners. There you go, the smoke has been deployed. Things are not going to be that easy now as it was looking earlier on, and Kel'Thuzad just waiting it out. Getting the perfect opening will be the hope of this player. And at the end, even the mid is being contested. So this is like a complete package towards side B itself. And if it is going to be a perfect parcel sent in towards side B, then it's all done for. Markai, he's just holding the angle right there. Crouching it out, just trying to be like the devious one out there. Oh, this could have been there, but there you go. Dr. Evil finally shuts Lucia down. Right now, everything is going to be committed. Nightfall. It's just the players have to run away from this corner. Look at that. All of those mollies just because the players have been marked.
30 seconds left.
2 walls been used up, which means you still have lockdown. Once that information is given, it's going to be even more chaos for Team Resonance to deal with. Control is imminent. There goes your lockdown. And Resonance are free to plant the site. What an important pick. A well-deserved pick for Team Resonance. They opened up the side. Post-plant is present. Markai just going aggressive. He finds one with the help of his running back. Leonard in a very tough situation. Double duelist trying to removing out. Succeeds. And now... And it's Sir Ronin who gets the final pick. 11-9. It was just the fall of KJ. Team Ace will respond back with a win of their own on defense.
Oh, true that. Finally hitting the double digit. Team Ace seems like they were having the constant struggle of not getting the confidence back, but I believe this will bring it back. Look at Sir Ronin. He was just chasing the opponent. Sova, Lionel being the man. He was just chasing him down through hell, through Jenny, through every single corner. And finally, both the corners, I can see that perfect weapon coming in. Vandals and full shield, except for one. Wonder where the money ran out. Oh ho ho
boy.
ho! There's
Oh,
one
boy.
player. There's
Oh,
one
no.
player holding it out.
Spike down.
Problem. No clue. 2 kills back to back. Mazad who's just pulling things off. 3 kills with the Vandal. An equalizer could be imminent as it's all up to Kel'Thuzad. Immediate refrag will be made from Sir Ronan. It's 11 to 11 in the first map of Ascent. Boy, oh boy, did Team Resonant did not expected this to happen. It's just one simple mistake. They forgot to check the corners. That is pretty much it.
Spike down.
Do that. They need to check the corners. I mean, all this time the all drone was coming in, but there you go. At the round where they needed the most to check the corners, they did not. So Makai, he just made his mark to get all of those frags, got it, and he made the team literally beg for mercy. Team Resonance, even though they hit the 11th already, it's just like they are like trying to figure things out again. All this time, the strategies were working. They were just like stone cold, really good, accurate, but right now it doesn't seem like it. It's like Team Ace has already read what they're doing all this time.
Look at how Resonance is right now. You know? They're deep towards the defender's site, and the information being gained from Ace, you have 3 players holding in from the same exact site. Sephi doesn't have info. Evil's location is known, and then comes the initial pick. Dodges away to safety, still alive. And unfortunately for the Astra, he won't be able to get the refrag.
Goodbye. Placing swarm grenade.
Well, those angles shouldn't be peaked again and again, Makai. Lesson learned. Check the bucket, and team is just going ahead and making their way towards side B. And
30
there you go,
seconds
the
left.
lockdown also being invested. That just
planted.
makes everything reinforced, you know. That you cannot enter the site. We're having a
Enemy
peaceful
remaining.
stance here. We're gonna go ahead for the post-plant scenario as well. And currently things are not looking good for the corners of Team Ace. Rez is easily gonna secure the 12th one on board, and that just makes them one step away from victory. So there is an ultimate available for the next following round, which is gonna be the divided coming in, the cosmic divide. But will it be, I mean, of course, it needs to be utilized in next round, and there's even a lockdown available as well. And Zephy could have easily been taken down here, but he's still going ahead, exploring, trying to check all the corners, going ahead, checking the hell corner as well. Oh, no luck. No luck. Nobody's home.
Match point.
There was a spray at the right spot, but just an inch away from getting that perfect frag. It all started here. Good sneaky shot, and then all of those repositions which chimed in, and this was just the final nail on the coffin. Once the site was open, lockdown was invested, and after that there was no way for the defenders to even enter towards the site.
I got you, bruv. Still in sight.
It's 12 to 1. Team Resonance is still on match point. They are desperate in need of a win. If this does not happen, we could go all the way towards overtime match point. Damage is dealt around. Lucia will secure one. Vortex God still alive and kicking in towards the side, especially in towards the boathouse. Sephi gets the second kill from the shorty, but doesn't have enough amount of bullets left to secure the kill. It's all up to Lucia. 1v2. Has the spike in hand. Has a lot of minutes left. No information on the rest of the 2 players. Still have the controller to block lines of sight. Smoke will be placed to provide them some distractions. Flashes will be made to try to confirm his suspicions. Nobody's home. And Lucia is going to take a long way all the way towards the A side. Being as quiet as ever, his location is still unknown. Could still use the smoke to try to block line of sight in post plant, or he could use it to try to make that distraction once again. But I don't think that they're gonna fall for it
30
twice.
seconds left.
Only 30 seconds. You still need 4 seconds to plant the spike. So you still need information. Just gonna
This can
check.
be bad.
Just going to check. He's gonna plant the spike all the way towards 5 seconds. Information will be known. once they heard that glass break. There it is, moment of truth. A 1v2 post plant. No heavy armor, just 100 HP. Location still unknown. He has to be very patient. Lucia, all he needs to do is just find the important opening. If he finds it, then this could be very important.
Ooh.
There you go. There goes your controller. It's all up to this 1v1 fight. The Phoenix versus Clove. It will be Clove with a beautiful kick and a hit.
And we'll do it
A
again
clutch
and
to
again.
end things off in map number one ascent. Team Resonance will secure their first map, but you still have 2 more to go, Azara.
Team Resonance has already marked their territory in the map of Ascent. They have won it fair and square. I mean, it was a hard fought battle, but yeah, this is it. Well, I mean, I did not for once think that Team Resonance is going to be bringing back that instant comeback, and after that, nailing it by securing the victory as well. So that's one thing they've already surprised me with. Team Ace was looking very, very solid, concrete. In fact, they were getting those frags, they were getting those initial bits as well, and later on, the comeback from their end also was chiming into a victory, but eventually it didn't happen. Team Resonance, so yes, sir, they have showcased their talent, their entire potential in this particular game, and I believe it's good. It's a good amount of potential they have. And moving further, I mean, I'm just expecting more and more.
Yeah, I mean it's not over yet, right? I mean we still have 2 more maps to go. Split followed up with
True that.
Bind, I believe. So Split and Bind will be a really great match to look into, especially a split where it's only 2 sides. But there's a lot of things that you could have a lot of change in the agent spec,
Yeah.
right? You could try to bring in Brimstone, but Brimstone is more powerful on a map like Bind. So on a map like Split, it's going to be interesting to see whether if it will be a mirror matchup or will we get to witness a lot of changes like we saw on map Ascent. I mean, Resonance and Ace just played it according to their counters, right? You have the
True that.
double duelist comp, the Phoenix and the Raze composition, which eventually we didn't get to see a lot of showstopper kills coming in from the Raze's side. I
True.
mean, not a lot of kills were made from Raze because as a Raze main, the main goal is to be aggressive, right?
True that.
Contest
I mean,
mid.
I do understand where you're coming
Just
from.
try
Yeah.
to contest, try to contest mid in a way that you don't give an opening opportunities for the attackers or even the defenders to try to make a push, and keep racking up those kills in a way that you always have your showstopper unlocked. In a way that you can satchel charge and get those kills back to back. And since at this map on Ascent, we didn't get to see that a lot. It was all up to Markai, who had to deal a lot of major damage. I mean, his aggression was through the roof. The flashes were right, the kills were on point, the patience was good, but the counters, as you saw on the second half, where we did get to see
Right.
Zephy just pre-fire every time when he tries to use his flashes. It's just a good way of seeing how Resonance was really good at adapting to situations.
Yeah, they were adapting to the situations, and they were even giving like a response, a proper response to the opponents as well. And that's one thing which worked for them really well. They held on. They knew that it's going to be aggression stance coming in from the corners of Team Ace, and they constantly butchered them through, gutted them out, and it just went to a situation where the economy was not stable at all. And that's where they were like literally bang on point, which is Team Resonance. I mean, they found out, okay, where is the faulty line, and they easily got the entire benefit of the doubt. So, I mean, if Ace wants to secure the next following map, then they have to be all amped up, prepared. They have to have that mental reset as well. I mean, not think this entire thing through. I mean, Ascent, however it went, it went. It's all right. It's done and dusted, right? You cannot change the results to it. But what you can change is the results in Split. And in Split, it is a very, close quartered map itself. And over here,
It's a split
Cypher
decision.
KJ is one of those two agents which are like super in control. Those sentinels do so much damage just by those tripwires, just by spotting a player out, tagging them, and then even the KJ's turret. Come on, nano swarms. These just add on. The list just goes on. But how you bring it in, how you make that perfect combination, it's all up to you. There you go. These are the score lines. scorecard, how things have been made, how things have gone through. Lucia and Makai, the way they have played, amazing. Hats off. Good performance, but team resonance overall, they have outshined the performance, you know.
Yeah, two impactful clutches from Team Resonance, both from Lucia and Lionel. Those two clutches were definitely the breaking point for them to secure map number 1 ascent. Ace, on the other hand, Markai, once again, impressive performance, 26 kills, and Magda King, he did try his level best. I mean, since it's the Astra, it's very difficult to, it's really difficult to secure kills. So the main thing that he could have done is to provide support for the team. The smokes were on point. I believe even the a cosmic divide definitely helped them in securing more rounds back to back. But in the end, what's done is done. We can't think more about the past. We can only think about the present, and that will be map number 2 split. But for that to happen, folks, we'll be taking a short break, and we'll be right back with the second map that's going to happen right now. Until then, make sure to stay yourself hydrated. We'll see you.
Want a curved screen, high refresh rate gaming, and don't want to compromise? Well, the ASRock Phantom Gaming 27-inch 240Hz curved monitor is here to deliver. In the box, we've got our power cable, HDMI and DisplayPort cables, and a rugged stand. And finally, the ASRock Phantom Gaming monitor with an impressive 27-inch curved 1500R VA display. This makes for quite the immersive experience, especially in competitive games like Valorant, which demand higher refresh rates. Diving into the specs, this monitor goes up to 1080p, sports a blazing fast 240Hz refresh rate for silky smooth gameplay, and HDR10 support for vibrant lifelike colors. It covers 90% of the DCI-P3 and 113% of the sRGB color spaces, making those visuals pop at a max brightness of 300 nits. This is great for picking out enemies in low visibility situations. It's got a rapid 1 millisecond response time with MPRT mode to keep motion blur in check for perfect aim, and dual 2-watt speakers built right in just in case you don't have your headphones on you. For connectivity, this monitor is equipped with 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, 1 DisplayPort 1.2, and a headphone jack. The stand is solid with swivel and tilt adjustments, but there is no height adjustment. However, it does support VESA mounting if you want to customize your setup. The monitor also sports ASRock's low blue light technology, so those long rank up sessions are a little easier on your eyes. Additionally, FreeSync Premium is also present on this monitor, preventing screen tearing at unstable frame rates. Overall, this monitor does exactly what it says on the box. Super fast, high refresh rate gaming for titles like Valorant to give you the competitive edge you need. Today we've got something special for AMD users. The ASRock B650 Live Mixer motherboard. Packed with features and support for AM5 processors, this motherboard is a statement both visually and specs-wise. As an AM5 board, the ASRock B650 Live Mixer supports both AMD Ryzen 8000 and 7000 series processors and will continue to support all AMD CPUs until 2026. Whether you're upgrading or building a new rig, this motherboard has you covered. Power delivery is robust with a 14+2+1 phase power design, ensuring stable and efficient power distribution. For memory, it sports 4 DDR5 DIMM slots with support for 6400+ MHz speeds when overclocked. Expandability is key in any build, and the B650 Live Mixer shines with 3 PCIe 4.0x16 slots and an M.2 key E slot for Wi-Fi modules. Rear I/O is great with an HDMI and DisplayPort connector, 14 USB ports, out of which you get one 3.2 Gen 2 Type A port and a 3.2 Gen 2x2 Type C port. Those with blazing fast internet will be happy to see a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port at the back. For audiophiles, it features 7.1 channel HD audio with the Realtek ALC897 audio codec and Nahimic audio enhancement. Whether gaming or watching movies, you can expect immersive audio quality. Storage solutions are top-notch with one blazing fast PCIe Gen 5x4 M.2 slot and 2 PCIe Gen 4x4 M.2 slots. Additionally, it also has 2 SATA 3 connectors for additional hard drives or SSDs. All in all, the ASRock B650 Live Mixer motherboard is loaded with features that make it a formidable foundation for any high-end PC. Whether you're a gamer, a content creator, or just looking for a powerful system, this motherboard checks all the boxes.
All right, folks, welcome back to AMD Presents Flipkart Back to College Cup Season 1, powered by AS Rock, Acer, WD Black, Portronics, and hosted by the Esports Club. And once again, we have our Flipkart Back to College sale is live. So if you want to get some exciting deals on your favorite gaming product, make sure to go ahead, check out Flipkart. Link is in the description down below and also on the pinned chat. So if you want to get some good products in a very good deal, make sure to check it out. So once again, let's just focus on the match back at hand. It is up against Team Resonance versus Team Ace. Team Resonance have secured map number 1 Ascent on a 13-11 scoreline, and now map number 2 Split will be the deciding factor whether it will be a best of 3 or will it just be a 2-0 for Resonance. So, Azora,
True.
once again, what are your predictions?
My prediction, very plain and simple. I want to look at the last map as well because it's 3 good maps back to back. So I have
We
no
still can't hear you
problem
though,
in.
Azora. I think you're muted, I believe. But, no,
Uh,
actually, it's not. It's me.
yeah,
It's me.
so
Never mind.
I don't mind. I don't mind. Like it's here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Like all 3 maps are good. It's great. Even I love it, and whenever it comes in the ranked match as well. So I love to grind those maps, and Split being one of them. And at the end, Bind. I mean, I'm very happy. So I definitely wanted to go to the third map. But let's see, like you mentioned, whether it's gonna be a BO3 or is it all gonna sum up to this particular map. And currently looking at the pick, I believe, yeah, sticking to the same basics, back to the strategy, a Sentinel being picked by Kel'Thuzad. He's been very persistent, very consistent with getting all of those frags, right? So I believe that's going to be one of the things. And Vortex God at the other corner, trying to just mirror the same composition. And slowly, steadily, we are seeing who and all are being picked.
It's not confirmed just yet, but I'm pretty sure, you know, bringing in Clove definitely brings in a lot of changes in their playstyle, right? Because usually every time when you try to scrim matches or try to practice, you'd always go up against, you know, you'd always go up against team that is very heavily focused on meta base, right? It's either that or, you know, they would try to experiment, see what fits, see what does not, and try to see whether if the strategy works out or not. But if you take a look at the composition itself, once again, it's a double controller setup coming in from Team Resonance, and from Team Ace, some changes will be made. I believe there's a dual
Right.
initiated composition where Breach has been brought up, so a very dangerous agent. Concussions, you know, Fault Line. I believe the final is Rolling Thunder. I believe that's the name of the ultimate.
Yeah.
It's a really dangerous and a powerful ult. If you have it at the right time,
True
you
that.
can concuss the players, and you have major advantage to secure those important kills. So you got to figure out a way to try to have a workaround, have to find a different situation where it helps Resonance to secure most of their plays on a map like Split.
I mean, true that. I mean, they're already been prepared for the end game at this point, and I believe they have everything, checked up. It's right at the target, right at the box. It's working really good for them. I mean, talking about the previous game itself, they played it so well, and currently moving on to the map of Split, I'm hoping some kind of ad gameplay coming in from their end. So yeah, so Team Ace already amped up. And on the other corner, it's going to be Team Rest. But yes, who's going in the attack? Who's going in the defense? It's going to be Team Ace at the defensive side, and attack side is going to be Resonance. So let's see how things are going to unfold.
I mean, you can get to see on the map right away that Team Resonance are just playing for picks. Spikes have already been dropped out all the way from the backside, which means their main of contention will be in towards B side. They just need information, they just need confirmation on multiple kills, and I believe they figured out a way. A lot of footsteps being heard around. That opening pick will be the victor, making moment. Satchel charges, perfectly working for Zephy, taking out Markai, and that's the important pick that they need to hold things out on the side of A. It's not gonna work out though. Evil gets one, and it's a back-to-back picks coming in from both the sides.
Definitely, it's instant trade. The moment one body drops, the other drops as well. So there you go. Finally, everything has come to one position, which Team Res is having the man count advantage. And look at Kel'Thuzad. He's just laundering it down, getting 2 frags already onto his name, and Evil being the last man standing towards the screens. What is his plan? Does have a Glitch Corps Classic right in his hands, but all he needs to do is right click because the player is right in front of him.
1v3 situation. Anger Classic in hand will be a tough one, so he could upgrade himself to a Ghost and see whether if he can get a pick or two. But time's running out. He has to go in for the picks or maybe get picked off from the spike explosion. One pick will be made, immediate trade will be made from Hellboy, and Team Resonance will open their account with a round win on that pistol.
Well, good openings coming in. Man, this was the place where I thought Zephy is just gonna go all in, get all those frags, but one wrong decision made, and he was right in front of Evil, and that's where his page got shut down. And later on, it was just good holes coming in. The one and only Kel'Thuzad. Good holes, good angles, and Team Res getting the first pistol round out of their name.
Pistol rounds are always crucial. Helps in economy gain, helps in providing aggressive plays. But Vortex God still stayed true to his name. A sheriff kill, a headshot, an opening pick, and the floodgates have been opened up.
Oh boy, look at that. It's just raining nades there towards the heaven. And now it's all the way towards side A. Here's the thing, it's not yet, it's clear for the moment, but the entire train is have already departed. And they're reaching towards a desired destination. Zephy, collateral, with just a bucky. A good right click, and there you go, boom. Ronan, he's also going to go down. Good angle
One
being
enemy
held,
remaining.
concussion to make things worse. And right now, I don't think so. It's going to be a good chance for Markai to do anything at this point. Good second round coming in for the corners of Team Res yet again. I mean, their train is unstoppable at this point. And this mistake, oh boy. One was the headshot, second was just because of the Bucky being so overpowered in close range. Because it's a shotgun, for crying out loud. And the moment you see it, run back, run away.
S4 style point for Zephy. Although I'll admit, map number 1 Ascent didn't really go as expected it to be, but right now he's fired up. And looking at his plays, I mean, for Raze, especially in a map like Split, it's like a safe haven for him. He can just satchel charge quickly towards the side or towards the heavens. He could be anywhere. He could be behind us right now while we're casting. You'd never really know exactly where he would be right now, you know?
I checked, he's not.
Alright, I mean, I'm also afraid too because I'm not looking at him right now. But, you know, you'd never really know because having a Bucky in hand and a satchel charge combo, it is very difficult, you know, to go up against. And
Look
once
at
again,
him.
the
Look
combo
at
is
him.
present.
Oh.
Look at him. He's just cruising. He's just surfing. But right now, he's shut down from Markai.
Oh, one player unchecked, and he's gonna be the demolition at this point, getting all of those frags. Kel'Thuzad being the last man standing. Vortex God, his position is revealed. A post-plan scenario coming in real soon, but the head, it needs to be shot, and Vortex God sadly has to fight the dust. Kel'Thuzad, he's doing significant in this particular map. I mean, in the previous game, he was doing good, but I mean, moving on to this particular map, which is Split, he's just playing it so great. And look at everything just being unfolded here by Zephy. He's just getting everything right. But yeah, this was one mistake. Sir Ronan was unchecked. But later on, the instant transition just came in. The frags came in, and Kel'Thuzad just did his due diligence and got the round for the corners of Resonance.
Yeah. The messiah of this round, as I could call it. Showstopper is present though
That was a
for
bit too much.
Zephy, so yeah. But in the end, you still gotta worry about the showstopper train that's gonna happen from Zephy anytime soon. Headshots will be made, but unfortunately it was through the wall. Biggest problem is when will we get to see that showstopper? Less amount of HP, mid presence still in the hands of Team Resonance, and this pick from Lucia is gonna be even much more devastating for them. A lot of players been downed out, and at the side of Ace, Markai wouldn't be able to get it. It's unfortunately was a it was an eco round nonetheless, and Resonance just they're being popped off on a map like Split.
I mean, of course, third round was Ace's round. I mean, just talking statistically here, they had the money, they had the bank for it, they could have easily gotten the weapons. But unfortunately, things did not pan out. And yeah, the fourth round, it had to go in that way. They had to bring in those sheriffs, had to bring in those pistols, but that's pretty much it they could bring onto the table because the way Resonance is playing at this point, ah, it's just tough times for the corners of Team Ace. They have to figure out something. They have to take a timeout at this point and rethink or take a breather. That's it. Just take a breather. Calm down. Calm your nerves because like this, it won't be working. Finally, Makai gets the first frag here. The double satchel is not there anymore, so no more troubles there. But yeah, still the thing is not over. He needs to do the heavy lifting because he's the Jet, the duelist of the team.
Major damage has been dealt with for Team Resonance.
Major.
So for Ace, they can take a chill pill for now. I mean, they only have a minute left, but they've got to make sure that they could use this advantage as best as possible. Showstopper is unlocked from Ace's end, so Ronin can deal major damage, especially on post plant. The problem is they don't have any information on recurring players. Dr. Evil is currently the only one holding in towards holding in towards the heaven side of A. Be a tough one once they make their presence known in towards the raft. Smoke will be placed, informations will be given, so is the
30
reply
seconds
back
left.
from Dr. Evil. So all comes down to that Showstopper to see whether if he could deny the plant. There it is, Showstopper, that's one.
Spike
The
down
second
A.
denied. Lucia is all the way from the backside. You still have the op. Dr. Evil, information still being given. Kel'Thuzad needs to figure out a way to remove the important player of the equation. It's Makai. One,
Oh!
two. Can he get the third? It's up against Kel'Thuzad. He's very low on HP. Op in hand. Kel'Thuzad needs to be really careful. Information still been given.
Oh my
Pop.
god!
And the
Confident.
confirm.
Oh, the confidence
Ace.
in this kid.
Yeah, I mean, he
I
finally
like it.
gets it. Like so low on
I mean, just
HP, has an
imagine.
op in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being pinged constantly as well. Everything was there. I mean, the side opening right here, everything just changed up. I mean, they could have easily gone in towards side B, but unfortunately, they chose side A. And then later on, look at Makai being pinged constantly and still went in for that shot. Style points. I mean, definitely. This is style points, Babagusta.
Sal points indeed. And like I said, with the instant shutdown from Zephy, Markai has dealt a major dent in their attack. Not only just the early rounds, even on late rounds too. The showstopper definitely helped by taking out the important player Lucia, who could had the chance to take out Markai if he had the proper positioning. But it was out in the open. The showstopper, once it's opened up, once you see the rays high up in the air, you know that for the fact that there's no other way to escape from it, right? Unless and until if you're a Omen who can teleport, or you can have a proper counter like the KO, in which KO is still not present here, and it could hinder a little bit if KO is present, and it could hinder a little bit from their composition. But
Yeah, true.
nonetheless, right now we're just waiting for Mactikin to come back from the match. Apparently, the previous round was a 1v4. Can you imagine that? It is a 1v4.
Yeah.
Markai was all on his own, and he ended up with an amazing clutch.
So the only way you can even stop Raze is if you're tens. Like if you have the aim of
Oh.
him, if you have the due diligence of just spotting him in the air, like yeah, you're just gonna be instantly deleted. But yeah, ain't no tens.
Like I'm more of a guy who rely more on abilities, but I just like it when he just straight up says, yeah, aim is the reason for it. Aim is the counter. But yeah, no matter what it is, abilities or not, I do have to agree on you, because aim is definitely the way to go on a game like Valorant.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end, like the utilities are just like a plus point, an additional positive beneficia, but benefactor, in fact. But other than that, it's just that you need to get that aim right. And like we could see, right, Markai, the way he was just snapping onto targets. I mean, those kind of shots are one thing which every single one of them love to watch, right? Like it's just like, okay, this guy's literally won our hearts getting that frag, like instantly being instead of just going ahead and going for the defuse or just trying to play it safe, he just went ahead being pinged as well. So I mean, those kind of plays definitely commended. But yeah, it does become a gamble as well because he did have a teammate who was alive, but unfortunately, just imagine if things didn't pan out right. So things would have fallen into a ditch real soon. But yeah, moving on to the point where things are actually, yeah, like you mentioned, it was a 4v5 in the previous game. So it's all right. Things are just in the making for the current process. It's soon going to be resumed. But the gameplay is one thing which I want to talk about, Babagasta. The way Resonance is literally having that confidence to go ahead, march forward to the site, go for a post plant scenario, and just become the annoyance that they are. I mean, it's just working out for them. It's working out really good for them. And it's just that double satchel, which is constantly being paraded and getting those frags, is one thing which Zephy is not budging in, man. He's not at all budging. He's just going ahead. He's doing every single thing that a Raze needs to do. I mean, I remember yesterday itself, I was playing Valorant, and there was one Instalocker who picked Raze. And unfortunately, Raze was not raising. Raze was not going ahead and bucking. And I was like, okay, what the hell is going on, man? Where are your satchels? Are you keeping them in your pocket or what? And that guy goes ahead and he tells, bro, it's my first time using Raze, so please excuse me. And I was like, okay, man. All right. I could literally feel the pain, man. I could feel the pain.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we can talk more on and on, but right now, once again, folks, we'll be taking a short little break once again, and we'll be right back as soon as possible, folks. But until then, hold on, we'll be back.
All these little things driving me crazy. I just wanna be free. All these feelings got me seeing hazy. I can barely breathe. I'm the stubborn type, no you can't tame me. Baby, I'll just leave. There's no point in trying to chase me. Only one thing I need. Oh no, say it ain't so. I do what I want and I don't like no.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AMD Presents Flipkart Back to College Cup Season 1. Powered by ASRock, Acer, WD Black, and Portronics. That's right, things have already heated up in the second map, Babagasta. We've already witnessed things going really well for the corners of Team Resonance. But on the other hand, there is even retaliation coming in from Team Ace as well. So, what is your take? What will happen after this short little break which we have taken?
Yeah, so as we did get the news about Magda King, apparently there's a Mumbai storm
Yep.
happening. So because of that, the match will resume in a 4v5 situation. It is unfortunate, but the match has to go on. So let's not waste any time at all and proceed to map number 2 split. With Ace being in a very difficult situation, it is a 4v5. It's going to be a tough one for the side of Team Aces to bring it
True.
back. And for Resonance, let's see what's going to happen as we resume back the game on map number 2 split. The score count was 1-4. And I believe we are going to start things off right away.
Definitely an op versus op. Okay, both of them just couldn't get the target set right on. But Zephyr, he gets the second one as well. Vortex God, he wanted to retrieve the op, but unfortunately couldn't do anything about it. Every single one of them already have made their way towards
One
site
enemy
B,
remains.
and it's gonna be a post-plan scenario coming in real soon.
Spike planted.
Things have already gone worse. 4v5, I mean, Ace is already struggling up with that situation, and right now it seems like Dr. Evil, he's the last one standing. He can definitely deny the operator, but unfortunately, he has been denied. Rounds are just going very quick because that one major aspect of having those stuns, of having those flashes is missing. So that initiator rule, nobody can fill in those shoes.
In the end, the match must go on with Team Resonance being in the lead 5-1. There is still a chance, though, even if it's a 4v5 major disadvantage, that does not mean that it will be an easier task for Team Resonance. It will be a tough one for Team Aces, but it still can be done. Smokes are already been placed, aggressive presence being shown all the way from the mid side. Ronin, once again, good presence from the Just to take out one of the players. Still have Vortex Guard. Sheriff on point, 2 kills back to back. They've even got the confirmation on the spike, and now trouble starts to spew around towards Resonance because
Cover going out.
it's going to be a lot of problem. It's a 2v1, and it's all up to Dr. Evil to see whether if he could salvage this round down.
Oh, definitely he can salvage this round, but there's a showstopper already waiting at the doorstep.
Last player
Be
standing.
dangerous, but there you go, last moment. There was one change in the entire understanding of the situation, and Evil just goes ahead and demolishes, gets this round for the corners of Ace. And this is just right it was a 1v2 scenario, and things have just changed right off the bat. Good plays coming from the corners of Dr. Evil. He started all the way with the Sheriff, advanced to a Phantom, and then later on, it was just Vortex God, just making things easier for him, right? That's what you need. You need that perfect teammate. And I believe Vortex God is one of them.
Find the weak point and break it.
Yeah, Seekers will be immediately popped from Resonance, but you still gotta be careful of Ronin.
Ooh! Ooh!
Winning that
Okay.
gunfight, 2 kills back to back from the Judge, and he's still alive, 1 HP. That is definitely unexpected coming in from Ace's end. As Zephyr gets shut down twice in a row, would you believe that?
Oh, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't, but it is what it is. A complete shutdown, absolute massacre towards A main itself. And currently it just seems like things are just faltering apart. Dr. Evil onto his shenanigans, getting that perfect frag right above the cage itself. Feels like it's all done for. Getting another
Spike
frag,
down A.
another one on his name, another one onto his belt. It's all down to this man, Hellboy. Did commit the ultimate as well from the shadows, has headed to his marked destination, and Saronin already knows that the player is close by. Goes in for the post plant with the smoke. He's trying his level best, but the spray coming in, and the frag being confirmed. Team Ace, they're rising up from the ashes.
During 2 rounds back to back, definitely Resonance will shake Team Resonance to its score. It's gonna be a tough one. Even though Ace is in a 45 situation, Resonance
Let's make some
Losing two
chaos.
rounds like this is definitely not good. Gotta be careful. They have to play it safe. You did get to see Team Ace applying a lot of pressure towards deep mid. But this time they're gonna play it safe. You're gonna see them go in for those important picks. 2 kills
Alright.
back to back. Score count is still the same, except it's a 2v3 situation at its best.
Shadows traveling.
Definitely a 2v3.
Shadows traveling.
Seems like the information so vital. It needs to be taken. So Ronin again has a perfect angle here. But here's the thing. The instant rotate has been called in. And Team Res, it's all the way towards the spawn. Kel'Thuzad getting that frag just made sure Team Ace that, you know what? The push is going all the way towards side A. And it's heading there. Teammates still trying to figure out Vortex God. We know what he's capable of. Him having the Vandal, he will get that perfect frag.
enemy remaining.
But he didn't check his
Spike
back. That's
down
one
A.
problem.
Cover going
It needs to be fixed. And the other player, way too far. Information received. And currently, it's just going to
30
be an
seconds left.
easy post-plant scenario.
I'm just not gonna go away just yet, but yeah, there you go. Hellboy gets the final pick. The satchel charges, though, impressively pushes Kel'Thuzad off while he was busy planning the spike. So, yeah, but you do get to see some, great out-of-nowhere peaks, out-of-nowhere plays being made from the side of Team Ace. But once again, Team Resonance, they will, make sure to secure their win after 2 losses that have been made previously. 6-3. Resonance are currently the one who secured, map point, winning map number 1 Ascent, and now they will be met with high focus in map number 2 Split.
double peek.
Masai and Ronin, it's a double pick coming in from there, and he gets one, immediately gets traded out from Ronin. It's a 2-peak kill, it's a 3v3 situation, and the showstopper is still present from Ronin. He could deal some major damage from the opposition side. Oh, information's given. Tosses out the paint bomb, forces Zephy out, but no, he still decides to stay in that place.
Oh!
Just
Good
stay in the
dodge.
same place. He gets one. Quick refrag from Zephy. And I just cannot believe it. Ace is still in it. It's still a 2v2.
Oh, definitely it is a 2v2. Here's the thing. It's soon going to be changing. Everything is unfolding at this point. And it's all down to this last man standing. What will Dr. Evil do at this point? Knows that his fellow teammate is not available in the game. And currently every single weight is on his shoulder. But yeah, one mistake being committed there. But here's the thing. Zephy, the way he dodged the entire bazooka, the rocket, I mean, that was just innovative. He had the last satchel in his pocket and he utilized it at the right time. And that timing was commendable. Showstoppers being dodged that way definitely can take down your morale. Dr. Evil currently just planning for a retreat mission. An instant making his way towards heaven, trying to get that fair share of deal damage being dealt here. But save will be the call.
Yeah. I believe it will be a save. No other choice. And Zephy is thinking of he's actually thinking of
Pursuing it.
getting that kill. Yeah,
He's on
Zephy.
pursuit.
Fortunately, he will not secure it. He will get picked off, which means that the showstopper will be active for Zephy. The score count will be 7-3. Team Ace once again in a very I'll give them one thing. They did a commendable performance. They know how to hold their sides. I mean, Ronin did a fantastic job by getting those important picks back to back. Zephy, sure, he made mistakes from time to time, but right now he's come back to his senses. He knows what he needs to do. He needs to focus on not making those mistakes in the near future, and definitely get to take a look at it in the early peak itself. First kill, second from Kel'Thuzad by taking out Vortex God. Vortex he's a marksman with the sheriffs, and with him being taken out, it's definitely a no-way situation where Ace can get away with a win.
Down A.
Well, they know it. Last person is there at the spawn. It's all done. I believe it's gonna be that scenario where we all see a
Last
9-3
round in the
coming in.
half.
But yeah, I don't know. Team Ace might take matters into their own hands and make it as a 8-4. You never know. But ultimately, they're just trying the level best, like you mentioned. We will give them that one thing, which is the performance they're putting at this point. They're doing a commendable job in holding the sides. I mean, they were doing amazing right after the break, but then later on, the momentum kind of just went away. And right now, it's just dwindling.
Grenade.
Oh, warning, way too deep. Lucia? Oh, he was all prepared for that. He was all prepared for that. He knew it. He's gonna come back and he's gonna try to change things. Currently, mid being contested so heavily, and look at Kel'Thuzad. He's
Spike
just
planted.
making that dent over and over. Last man standing,
enemy
Markai. What can he do? Nothing, as Zephy is gonna catch him off guard, and it's a scoreline of 9-3.
Switching sides.
Yep, 9-3 favor of Team Resonance. So we'll try to, I mean, as the role swap will come in the second
One
half.
enemy remaining.
They did secure 2 round wins on defense after the huge, technical timeout we've had. After that, it will be Team Resonance who will get themselves in a really huge lead here, folks. 9-3. It's really unfortunate that circumstances like this happen, especially in Mumbai, where there's a huge storm happening. Yeah, I hope everyone is safe in Mumbai. I hope everyone is doing great, and let's see how let's see how the second half will come in from the side of Team Resonance.
I mean, it's not Team Resonance that I'm worried about. I'm just worried about Team Ace here. I really want them to shine. I want them to chime and get that perfect round onto their name and pistol as well. I mean, that just brings that additional bonus onto their name as well. And look at Vortex God just trying to make that dent, but Zephy, he knows the mid contestation. It needs to be on point. Gets it checked off the list. Currently making the way all the way towards screens. Just checking every single corner. This is good stuff coming from the corners of Team Ace. And going for the post plant just makes things a bit better for the corners of Team Ace. But it's just that right now, Team Resonance, they have the man count advantage. They have the weaponry as well. And look at those shots hitting. Markai.
Enemy kill.
I wonder where that aim is going. Onto the
Yeah,
heads.
Makai. Yeah, but Makai is just on point, but once again, it's a
One enemy remaining.
it's still a 2v2.
Last
Ronan,
player
Hellboy, the last man standing, has to fight up against Ronan. Satchel charges to try to dash away to safety. Hellboy is still alive, goes in for a fake defuse. 21
One more
HP.
shot.
He's taking it. Hellboy pushing in at the right time. He just needs to find the kill.
Oh!
Eventually, he does, and enough time. Go in for that defuse, securing an important win for Team Resonance.
Man, that was absolute devious stuff coming in from the corners of Team Resonance. I don't know. I thought it was all downright done with. He could have gone for the reload and sprayed through. Had the bullet. I mean, why not take the chance? Why just go ahead? You just have the one bullet in your chamber and be like, okay, I'm going for one shot and a dream. No, just reload. What's the big deal in it? What's the max that can happen? You could have at least stalled like, what, 0.5 more seconds and the defuse wouldn't have happened, but it's gone. Whatever is done is done. And currently, it looks like it's just Team Res just going ahead, pondering upon the, bonus they have gotten into their
Spike down
pockets.
A.
It just feels like their money is never ending. It's never gonna run out.
Last player standing.
Ah, tough luck.
Team Ace.
Yep. As we slowly reach at the end of the second half, it's 11-3. Two more round win for Team Resonance to secure map number 2 and also the matchup up against Team Ace.
This goes here.
Well, good start, good execution, and I hope it's gonna be a beautiful end game coming in as well. Team Resonance just making absolutely no mistake, even though they are doing some mistakes. they're just getting things like checked real soon. Hellboy, he's onto a really good position here. And if by any chance someone just tries to go ahead and they don't check him on that corner, it's all gonna be deviousness coming in from his end. But instantly Vortex notices that and shuts him down. But it is too late already. A 3v2, a post plant,
Spike planted.
and Lucia, he's prepared for this. Close range.
One enemy
The
remaining.
player is gonna be seen and a headshot coming in. Wow, what a quick scope. Vortex just so close to death, and yet that's gonna be the result.
Cage.
Yep, match point for Team Resonance. A great shot though from Vortex. Like his sheriff shots are really clean. Give that. Zafi on the other hand, he also gets his headshot kills too. Right now, folks, it is match point for Team Resonance as they are one round away of securing the entire matchup. The AMD BTC Cup.
Yes, this should do.
Nice.
This is
He's-
a nice spot. That goes
Kel'Thuzad
there.
is literally just
This goes
playing
here.
for the jet to
This is
dash
a
in,
nice
you know.
spot.
It's that high. He just wants to wait. The moment Jet thinks about dashing in, that's where she's gonna be caught up. And yeah, you're done for. Even Raze, I mean, Raze always knows to satchel. They're gonna hit those perfect spots in air. So that's one thing which Kel'Thuzad is keeping check on. And Zephyr, if he puts his bot right here, he will know who's just waiting for him. Gets his Bucky all amped up. Charge! Gets those frags, but instant shutdown. But I don't think so. It's all
Why
done for.
destroyed?
One last player remaining. Vortex God. Everything on his shoulders. Weight so heavy.
Last player
It
standing.
just seems like it's never gonna be
Spike
ending.
down mid.
Oops. No one to interrogate.
Defenders win.
Ah, tough times,
Yep.
man. Tough
Tough
times.
times it
A
is.
4v5, but still a good performance coming in from the corners of Team Resonance. They have definitely secured this victory, this BO3 on a matter of 2-0. A landslide victory. But yeah, I mean, what can I say? Tough luck for the corners of Team Ace.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that they had to start things off on a 4v5, especially when there's a natural causes happening, right? So, unfortunately, the show must go on. We have no other choice but to continue the match, and it will be Team Resonance who will pick up the win nonetheless. Ace, I have to give it to them. They've made impressive plays. There's a lot of plays where I always adore to look at, especially Vortex's performance with the Sheriff,
Yeah.
both on map 1 as well as on map 2 on Ascent. Every time in the thrifty rounds, we get to see Vortex make those impactful plays with the Sheriff. 2 to 3 kills, especially when you're going up against players who have Vandals and Phantoms in hand. It's always that weapon upgrade that the players have a major disadvantage to go up against, and Vortex just does it so well. It's always that first point of contact that Vortex wins in most of those gunfights, and definitely you shouldn't underestimate Team Ace at this point. But I believe on the bright hand side, this is the double limbs after all, so I believe they're not out of the game just yet. So Ace will still be back, even though they have a major unfortunate circumstances that
Yeah.
we cannot expect that.
It's just a
to happen,
setback.
Right? It's a minor setback, but hopefully in the next future matches we would be able to see Team Ace come back and hopefully get the comeback story that we'd love to look at, right, Azura?
True that. I was literally expecting that day in, day out. I mean, second map itself, I was just hoping that split is going to be a perfect map for the corners of Team Ace. Because the first one, they did try the level best. I mean, they had every single thing, but it's just that somewhere their aim just shattered. It just went into tatters. And the money, man, that's one crucial thing about this game. If you make mistakes, then you pay it in the terms of penalty. It's like you giving some kind of an amount to the bank, and that loan is never ending. It's just constantly going on and on and on. So that's the thing. If you keep winning, you have good amount of money in your bank, but if you lose, then it's just that at one point when that loss bonus stacks in, that's when you can actually go in for those buys. Yeah, those kind of situations came in, and that's where they lost the first map, which was in Ascent. But in the second one, they, due to natural calamities, things just went to a 4v5. But they still held the grounds. You know, you could see the potential clearly coming in. I mean, pondering at the point where they were controlling, contesting mid, and getting that constant frags as well. You mentioned Vortex. I would mention even another name, which is Dr. Evil. I mean, that man is an evil Knievel. He tried his level best. He did get those frags. I mean, being Omen, you could do a lot more, and he did that. He delivered every single thing. He was delivering on point. But again, that man loss is one thing which will always be an hindrance, right? Be like, okay, it's downright 2v3, but that second person for that team is not available, so it's a 1v3, unfortunately. So that was the last round, and pretty much seized the entire thing for a scoreline of 2-0. But for now, let's move on to the scorecard and look at how the performance of these individual players has been throughout the game.
Yep. I mean, we all know who the MVP of this matchup will be. It's none other than Zephy on the side of Team Resonance. Powerful, performance, especially in the early rounds. The Bucky really did a number on
Oh,
Team
he did a
Ace's
number.
side. It definitely did hurt a lot on their morale, especially on the early rounds, and even more so when we had that major disconnect from from the side of Macta King, which could have definitely helped them in securing the second map on Split. But yeah, as we take a look at the scoreboard once again, Kel'Thuzad, I mean, really does what he does best. He's a really great player, even when it comes to playing as the Sentinel. He knows how
True
to
that.
get the opening picks. He knows how to play as a proper Sentinel, wait for proper information, and try to play to it accordingly. And once again, huge shout out for Vortex God, who does an amazing job, especially on thrifty rounds. His aim is supreme. His game sense are through the roof. I'll give them that. But in the end, it's
It
just
is what it is.
it is what it is. We can't do anything much more about it, especially the unfortunate calamities that have happened in Mumbai. Hopefully everyone is safe, but yeah, nonetheless, it's 13-3. Team Resonance will proceed into the next phase. Congratulations to them. And once again, let's take a look at the MVP for this entire matchup. It will be none other than Zephy, this young kid right here. 21 kills, first of four first kills, and a KDR of 2.1.
Wow. All right. A KDR of, my God, 2.1. This kid has actually just turned the entire table around. I've been hoping for a lot many things coming in from his corner in the upcoming matches. I definitely want to see this kid shine. I could really see the prodigy, like the moment coming in from his end. And yes, he has shown that kind of a gameplay as well. In the first game, he was very silent, not that violent, but in the second one, he tried his level best, brought in those frags, double satchel working right on target. And yeah, those things were just buzzing. So, right. And 36 kills in total. I mean, very well deserved. But yesterday there was a record-breaking kill streak. That was approximately like 76 or 78 kills. So I mean, that mark would have hit definitely if they had gone for that third map, right? And continuous overtimes. So, but overall, a good performance coming in from him, from the corners of Zephy. Team Resonance definitely was resonating all across the map, and they didn't make a significant markup, right? A good benchmark set, a 2-0 victory. I mean, who would ever think about that?
Yep. 2-0, and I believe that would be the end of the first matchup itself. Team Resonance will be the team which will proceed in the next phase, but we still have another second match to go, folks. It will be between Team Sovereign versus Team Airavata, which means that we'll be having the second stream for now, which means we'll be taking the end of the stream.
Yeah.
The match will be conducted at 8 in the night time. So until then, guys, make sure to check the link in the description down below to get yourself some good products from Flipkart. Apparently there's a good discounts happening in the Flipkart back to college sale, so make sure to check out the link in the description down below, and also on the pinned chat to get yourself some great deals happening in Flipkart. So we'll be signing off for today. We'll be back in 8 in the night time. This will be me, Babusta, alongside Zora, my co-caster, and also our broadcaster, the headmaster. We will see you after this.
Want a curved screen, high refresh rate gaming, and don't want to compromise? Well, the ASRock Phantom Gaming 27-inch 240Hz curved monitor is here to deliver. In the box, we've got our power cable, HDMI and DisplayPort cables, and a rugged stand. And finally, the ASRock Phantom Gaming monitor with an impressive 27-inch curved 1500R VA display. This makes for quite the immersive experience, especially in competitive games like Valorant, which demand higher refresh rates. Diving into the specs, this monitor goes up to 1080p, sports a blazing fast 240Hz refresh rate for silky smooth gameplay, and HDR10 support for vibrant lifelike colors. It covers 90% of the DCI-P3 and 113% of the sRGB color spaces, making those visuals pop at a max brightness of 300 nits. This is great for picking out enemies in low visibility situations. It's got a rapid 1 millisecond response time with MPRT mode to keep motion blur in check for perfect aim, and dual 2-watt speakers built right in just in case you don't have your headphones on you. For connectivity, this monitor is equipped with 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, 1 DisplayPort 1.2, and a headphone jack. The stand is solid with swivel and tilt adjustments, but there is no height adjustment. However, it does support VESA mounting if you want to customize your setup. The monitor also sports ASRock's low blue light technology, so those long rank up sessions are a little easier on your eyes. Additionally, FreeSync Premium is also present on this monitor, preventing screen tearing at unstable frame rates. Overall, this monitor does exactly what it says on the box. Super fast, high refresh rate gaming for titles like Valorant to give you the competitive edge you need. Today we've got something special for AMD users. The ASRock B650 Live Mixer motherboard. Packed with features and support for AM5 processors, this motherboard is a statement both visually and specs-wise. As an AM5 board, the ASRock B650 Live Mixer supports both AMD Ryzen 8000 and 7000 series processors and will continue to support all AMD CPUs until 2026. Whether you're upgrading or building a new rig, this motherboard has you covered. Power delivery is robust with a 14+2+1 phase power design, ensuring stable and efficient power distribution. For memory, it sports 4 DDR5 DIMM slots with support for 6400+ MHz speeds when overclocked. Expandability is key in any build, and the B650 Live Mixer shines with 3 PCIe 4.0x16 slots and an M.2 key E slot for Wi-Fi modules. Rear I/O is great with an HDMI and DisplayPort connector, 14 USB ports, out of which you get one 3.2 Gen 2 Type A port and a 3.2 Gen 2x2 Type C port. Those with blazing fast internet will be happy to see a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port at the back. For audiophiles, it features 7.1 channel HD audio with the Realtek ALC897 audio codec and Nahimic audio enhancement. Whether gaming or watching movies, you can expect immersive audio quality. Storage solutions are top-notch with one blazing fast PCIe Gen 5x4 M.2 slot and 2 PCIe Gen 4x4 M.2 slots. Additionally, it also has 2 SATA 3 connectors for additional hard drives or SSDs. All in all, the ASRock B650 Live Mixer motherboard is loaded with features that make it a formidable foundation for any high-end PC. Whether you're a gamer, a content creator, or just looking for a powerful system, this motherboard checks all the boxes.